Yeah. So that's a good way. This is a good way for you to do it. A few more here. I'll pick them up. Good way for you to do it is to address the ball way out on the heel. I mean, you know, like on the hosel.
Yeah.
You know, so and then get in your posture, what feels like a good posture right now. Chest is a little more up than you're used to having.
Yep.
Right? Okay, now, once it's there, then get your chest up enough that you can put the club face in the middle of the ball. There we go.
Yeah, that felt a lot more
A lot
comfortable.
better. There we go. You can release it harder or sooner would be a better way of saying it. Sometimes we say harder and we just mean sooner.
Oh,
No, that's right. Stick with it.
pretty thin. Just release it. Sound a little bit better.
Mm-hmm. Again, they're going to be thin because you're getting your postural release a lot better, but the club's just not extending down enough. It's funny, you caught them fat all the time as a miss,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden with better posturing, you're catching them thin. You will fill the gap. Yeah, that's a lot better.
Yeah, sound is a lot.
Yeah, at first you'll catch them solid with a slightly open face, and then we'll start releasing that toe more. Again, when we get to see ball flight on the range tomorrow,
Yeah.
it'll make it a lot easier. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
Actually, it even had more toe release in that one.
yeah, I tried.
Mm-hmm.
That one, I moved my head forward, it felt like.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it feels solider, but, or more solid, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Again, like I said, for performance improved, two things need to change. We got one thing changed, and we're looking at, you know, kind of 1.5 right now. You know, it's getting better, right?
It is.
And by tomorrow, we'll have those two things changed.
Well, at least I know what it is that I need to do. This is, looks like you're just getting it done.
That was the first one that had an earlier release. Now that actually was a little heavy for a different reason. Okay, so yeah, I haven't fooled you. You thought it was kind of the old heavy. No, you released it earlier. But what happened there was, let me just do it from this angle here. Catch the middle of that. Okay. See if we get, I think we can see it. If I go up, and if I'm coming down, I'm releasing it, and my hands are off my right pocket. You see how far back the club face would be? So by the time it gets to the ball, it would be closed if it actually got on the ball. But I'm going to tend to hit behind because I'm behind my linkage point. Okay?
Okay.
Now, if my ball's there, and if I'm coming down, and as it comes down, if I get all the way on the linkage, that protector jump concept, it'll be on the ball. You see that?
Yeah.
This will be behind the ball. So you were actually just a little bit behind your linkage point.
Yeah.
Okay, now, on grass, normal grass, not too hard, a lot of people feel like it feels like a splat or swinging through mud when they do that. So there's a drift and not quite get back to the ball, fat shot, and then I go through. That one feels like a drop kick, kind of like a bump. Okay? And so, you know, you got your drop kick, and then the other one is I stay down and I extend and I really bump, I stick the club in the ground. That's failing to get up.
Yeah.
And the splat one is releasing it behind your linkage point. So those are the three basic, and of course you can have a combination of all three or two of them at any given time. But those are the three reasons for the fat. Releasing it behind my linkage point, staying down too much, or drifting and not getting back to where I need to be. Which you don't drift too much.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah, so I'm not worried about the drift one. And that's the first one of these I saw today, so it's kind of an anomaly.
Okay.
If I see a lot of them, then I'm going to start saying, hey, get that right hand in front of you, your zipper there.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay.
So. There we go. I mean, that was posture release, extended, linked, yeah. Maybe the toe could have got through a hair more. That was a pretty solid package though there, wasn't it?
It felt solid.
Yeah, absolutely.
It did, yeah.
There you go. That's a real good package. So, you know, when we're improving, we're always trying to package at least two things together. Eventually, we get to what we call a total package. You're aware of all the key points that need to come together. You can't think about them all during the golf swing. It's got to be athletic. It's got to be rhythmic. Maybe a timing thing. Like I say to myself 1001, 1002 on a full swing. On a partial swing, I just say 1, 2. If it's a specialty shot, I may say lever extend or cover extend, something like that, right? If I'm doing a full swing but I want to change trajectories, you know, I call it bunting it, lower and then a little higher, I'll say 1001. Then 1002 for a little higher, a little further, 1003 for a little higher, a little further, 1004 for a little higher, a little further, and then my full swing's 1001, 1002. So I got 5 levels, you know, but each saying cues me in to do something a little different.
Yeah.
So it's like when I say blue, well, there's a lot of, what shade of blue do you want, right?
Mhm.
You know, sky blue, well now you went to something specific. So when I say to myself 1001, there's this whole experience that's anchored in it. Move the ball back, hands a little bit forward, choke down on it, you know, 1001 with a good posture up. And the ball goes lower, and you know, it goes a little shorter. So that, but I have that whole experience anchored in that, which eventually will get to your total package.
Okay.
Okay? Good. Let's see that again. Posture up and release it. Now I want you to get more into allowing the toe to get that toe pointed to the target on the way through. Good. Toe to the target on the way through.
So when I get through about here, my toe should be up.
Absolutely. I was working with a gentleman. He's a great player, and won a bunch of national championships and stuff. And I told him this: you got to get that toe to the target. You've been blocking everything. He says, you know what? He says, one of the best lessons I ever had. I played some of my best golf ever. After that, is this old time pro took me out to this hole, and there was this old tree stump there, and he would actually put the ball in front of the tree stump, and he'd have me release it and stick the toe of the club in the stump.
Whoa.
And the ball would miss the stump. He's like, it was like the greatest thing ever. And he would go out and play like that, and he just striped it. He never knew why it worked. Well, then I explained to him the angles,
Sure.
and when you release it, and here's your counter force. He's like, that's what I was doing then. I didn't know I was doing all that.
Yeah.
Of course, and then down the road, you take away from it what you thought you took away from it.
Right.
And you are doing that part of it, but not the rest of it, and then it's not working.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
But somehow he found it that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
But, you know, stick the toe of the club in the stump. There we go. So now they're starting to, you know, like the last two, right in the middle of the net. Even the ones that are going to be little fades are still in the middle of the net.
Okay.
Whereas the late releases were all going off to the right.
Yeah. for some reason, it seems to help my balance too. When
It
I'm
does.
over here, it already feels like
Well, it's easier to
come
get
up.
everything over there.
Yeah.
Well, hold it under, don't release it, and try to get left. You can't get around to the left, can you?
I think so. Let's see if we can.
You know, that's why we call it cornering. Side-on golfers always tell me they're trying to get around the corner. Toe to the target, then around the corner. And even though you're side under, you're more side on than under. You got to get around the corner in the end.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's what that
Yeah. How do you get around the corner without turning the steering wheel in that direction?
Yeah, just kind of go around.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It still wasn't as much as I can make.
Yeah, it wasn't, but it was better.
Yep.
Again, improving is the standard, not perfection. It's okay.
Okay, let's see.
Well, their toe release was great, but you didn't get up.
I didn't.
Yeah, so
I
let's
was
get
still down here.
Yeah, let's get set up again. Again, took a little break and everything. So bring the club out here, and let's talk about this again. So when this releases, the shaft is at 45 degrees. It's caught up with your right arm, or nearly caught up. The face feels like it's straight up and down, and the toes pointing at the target, not rolled over.
Okay.
You know, 45 degrees, and face more straight up and down. You know what I mean by,
Yes, yes.
you know,
Mhm.
okay?
Okay.
And that was a great toe release, but the old habit of staying down kicked in.
Yeah, it was right there.
Yeah, because you took a little break and we were sitting talking for a little bit there. There you go. That was a better package, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. So really, like, as part of my warm-up routine, I've got to make sure I'm feeling that.
Yeah, and then tomorrow on the range, from your warm-up routine right through your bag, that's what our plan is.
Okay,
Okay, figure all that out.
okay.
Okay, answer any questions you have. And
Okay. It felt pretty good.
yeah. Now, good's an opinion. So what felt good about it? Was it that it was solid? Was it released? Was it rhythmic? Did you have postural release? What about it felt good?
Well, it did feel solid,
Okay,
and it did feel rhythmic.
okay.
I don't think I posturally released as far as I should have.
Not as you could have, exactly.
Yeah.
But better than you were started with
Yes,
today.
at least I realized that, I wasn't quite there. I'm still not to the point where I can corner this thing and stand up.
Right, exactly. Now that'll be sort of the last thing that comes, you know, it's what I call finishing your verticals.
Okay.
How can you finish them if we don't have them started?
Well, there you go.
Yeah, so and we need to have the lower body from the waist down vertical strong before your upper body can finish the verticals.
Yeah.
I mean, if your knees are bent and you're like this, how do you finish your verticals?
Yeah,
You can't,
Yeah.
right?
that's right. Okay.
Good.
I'm starting to feel more comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I'm starting to feel more comfortable with coming down with these hands first instead of tying everything
Exactly.
to that, everything. That's what I was doing before.
That's right.
Yeah.
What it'll actually feel like, it'll feel like your arms come down, catch up in front of your body, and then it all goes together.
Yeah.
Can you picture Hogan's swing? You know, he kind of looked like he came in, and then all of a sudden he hit extension, and then everything went like together for a little bit, and then it followed through.
I'll have to watch. I've got some videos.
Yeah.
Of him, and I can't remember exactly who put that out, but they had all this stuff in it.
Yeah. So that's sort of the image I'm looking for, is that, it comes back down in front, but once you're here, it goes, boom, now it all goes together for a little bit, and then the arms fold. So there's this duration. The arms, because your center linkage, your arms have got to catch up in front of you somewhere, kind of like Stenson. And then it goes together. So instead of trying to get it in unison from here,
Okay.
you're actually trying to get it in front
And then unison.
and then in unison.
Yeah. Okay.
George
Fast.
Knudsen.
Okay.
Okay? Yeah, I mean, a lot of people haven't seen him. He's a great swing to watch. You know, Stenson's is the modern day powered up version of George Knudson, in my opinion. There you go. He could have been taller in the finish. We
Yeah.
could have finished the verticals, but again, if that's the worst one you had all day, that'd be great.
Okay, so I gotta go down,
Mm-hmm.
go down.
Yep. And that's the cornering part.
Yeah.
Everything going around together is the cornering part. How do you go around the corner and leave something behind?
Yeah, see, I was having trouble reading and getting that concept straight at the
Right.
cornering where it goes out and turns the corner.
Right.
But now I see what
Yeah.
it is. It's, you come down, get down to here, and just
Yeah.
corner it
Well,
around.
I always say the books get us started, but
Yeah.
the real life together work makes it all make sense.
Well, then when you go back, now I'm sure when I go back now and I'll read it, well then, I've got more
It'll make more
understanding.
sense.
It'll
Yeah,
make more
absolutely.
sense. That's
Absolutely.
perfect. Yeah, this is fun. Okay, more upright. Oh, I started down altogether again.
Mm-hmm. And then what happened is you dragged and carried it and you never released it.
Never released it then.
Exactly.
Yeah, very irritating.
Well, now that you know what to look for.
So you just get up.
There you go. And that had to feel armsy way down into the downswing.
Yeah, but I wasn't afraid of it that
Yeah,
time. Afraid
exactly.
of being handsy.
You gave yourself permission to do it.
I guess that's right. Okay.
Go up to the top. You just didn't posture up that time. Go up to the top as a rehearsal here.
Okay. So if I just,
Now, arms down. Okay, all the way down with the club. There in front of your chest. There you go. Now posture up. Good. Everything's together. And go around. Now there's just that. There's enough urge to fire the body first.
yeah,
That it really has to feel like it's the arms coming down. Because like the video we saw, when you felt all arms coming down, your hips and everything looked synchronized.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, when I get to about right here,
Mm-hmm.
that's where I should be releasing. on
That's
the turn
right.
Here. And I can feel myself at that time start to turn.
Exactly. Holding and turning instead of releasing and posturing up.
That's what's,
That's
what it feels like.
sort of the mark right now that we have. That's the hurdle we have to get over.
Okay. So now I just gotta get down and through this thing.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Okay. But when I concentrate on it, at least
Yeah, you know what to look for.
I know what to look for. I just, like I say, I get down to about here, and then I want to go start.
That's right.
My hands lock in instead of getting down to here, and then around the corner. Yeah. Yeah, I could just keep working on that move.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, that was a good one. That was a real good one. There you go. Well, again, like you said, now that you know,
Yeah.
you can give yourself permission to do it. Because under some other theory or system or model, this image could be incorrect.
Yeah.
Or even faulty in their view. And yeah, if you were a different type of golfer, it would be the wrong thing for you. But you're not.
But I'm not. Yeah. This is my thing.
This is your thing. And it seems to work pretty good when you do it, doesn't it?
It does. Just a matter of getting used to doing that.
Absolutely.
And
Good. And when we get onto the range for the warm-up, I'm going to have your warm-up feel armsy.
okay.
You know, really, I want you to warm up with the arm swing first so that you really understand how to lever the club, how to release it, and then start posturing up more and more and more, and then add deeper turns and finishing the verticals as we go. It's this whole process that we get you into so that when you are so mastered in that process that it just becomes second nature.
Yeah.
And you're working yourself up into the mode that you want to play in.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, understanding how all the interaction works and blends together.
Yeah, this has been a real eye-opener.
Good.
But everything feels good. It's
Mhm.
just a matter of of doing it.
That's it. Yeah, that was a good swing there. That was a real good swing there.
I tried to come down with these arms first,
Mm-hmm.
get to here and then turn. And, you know, I just didn't know enough to take it far enough.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know if that was
Well,
right for me or not.
What would happen is at times you'd posture up and doing it worked great, but you didn't recognize that part of it. And then
Yeah.
you'd probably stay in posture and do it. Now they're going low left.
Yeah,
And then it's like, well, that doesn't work. Now we got to try something else.
exactly. And then you start jumping all over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, searching.
Yeah,
That's why the screenings become so important
exactly.
because it immediately points you in the direction you need to go.
That was my theory.
Yeah, a little late release
Little
that
late, I
time.
could feel it though.
Good. Ooh, that was a really good release right there. Yeah, really nice.
Okay. Well, it's starting to,
Okay.
start
Yeah, you're starting to get a feel for it now, aren't
I
you?
am, yep. And I'm starting to feel much more comfortable in what I would consider more of an upright position.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't seem odd at all.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
All right, well, let's talk about the training swing now.
Okay.
So I'm just going to do it from a couple of different angles. So first is posture, stance width, chest up, right hand in line with your zipper, left hand's a little bit stronger, right hand's a little side under. There's the posture. Okay, now from here, set, the wrists stay right in the middle. So we just set the wrist. Right elbow slightly goes back to the side towards the seam line. Hips turn. Finish the backswing. Slot down and link. Your hands will feel a little bit out away from you because you're torso planar. Hands back on the zipper. Come back into here. This will be very close to where the first set position was. Now we're going to move into extension at the post of the left leg at impact. Then we move out to our counter-forced extension. And now the right shoulder goes all the way around. Then we recoil back in front of us. So that's your full training swing. Okay? I'm going to do it from this angle now. Okay. Again, on the zipper, stance width, chest is up, left hand's a little stronger. Okay, set it, elbow, turn, finish off the backswing, slot link. This is we cleared, impact, counter forced extension.